consider.
Yeah.
I think they're easily overlooked in this particular matchup. While, you know, it wasn't a perfect series for them yesterday, I think they did show some strength. I think maybe if you look at Emmy on Banana, just how many entry frags he got, I think you can't expect him to be that successful all the time. So I really didn't know who to pick on this one. I kind of lean towards Fun plus Phoenix, but on another day maybe I would have picked Vitality. So this is a chance for all the plebs to catch up to me on the leaderboard.
That's true. You have been speaking the truth every day, whether we like it or not. So maybe you're onto something. I just saw too many mistakes from Fun plus Phoenix yesterday. I picked them in good faith, but then I felt like they, as someone mentioned, kind of beat themselves. So I'm just not sure if they believe, like how much they believe right now.
Again, it's a classic strat that we see. We'll get into that one later. Zen and Stiko remain. The bomb is still in the hands of Fun plus Phoenix. You can see Zen looking to catch a rotation with his Glock. Stiko will hop over with the P250 while Zen holds the angle, waiting for a flank. You see Stiko making lots of sound cues. He's got a 1v1, needs to win that duel. Against Shocks over the pistol.
Ooh.
Well, that is quite the frag from Stiko. P250 certainly helping. And Zen is still waiting by those double doors. Where does he put the smoke grenade? Trying to give himself some space, make things walking for the CTs. Trying to make them wait for that smoke, and Zen is here. Got to be real careful though with the Glock. Stiko will clean up the rest of them. A 4K from Stiko in the pistol.
Doesn't he look like Shocks with the way he was dueling there on Cats?
Right.
I feel like that was a like Shocks level play there, and the 3K. That, I mean, okay, yesterday, two things that I thought were really nice about FPX were I felt like Stiko made very few mistakes, and also Madden made very few mistakes and had so many great rounds to look back on. So those are two players I'm looking forward to. But yeah, it's an interesting point about the like name brand value that FPX. I mean, I don't know how this sounds to them when I say this a lot, but it feels like they don't have as much talent as some of the other top teams. Like we look at Vitality and the impact that you can have just from ZywOo, or even like the potential ceiling of someone like Kyojin. I'm not sure if I see that same level on FPX, and I wonder if that holds them back at all.
Yeah, they're grinders. So going back to that pistol round, the first time I saw that pistol round was from FaZe Clan. Olofmeister era FaZe Clan. I think it was Olof who was bunny hopping backwards to avoid the headshot, but you can't avoid ZywOo on DUST2. That much is for sure. A strong pick for Vitality, and it's given his team an advantage. Zen down 29 HP as well. This one does not look good at all. They can still clean things around, but they've really got to deliver here. However, too many man on road, and things go from bad to worse. Rifle collected from Masuta now. Still 2 smoke grenades to deploy for Fun plus Phoenix, and Masuta's making no assumptions. He's holding top mid for a rotation, while FPX make their way towards the A bomb site. Shocks is in the red. There is still some time. That's a nice kill. Farley holding the good angles. He has a flashbang as well to allow Zen to swing, which is going to be deployed behind him as Zen emerges. He can throw a molly towards short, so they can retake control of this.
Yeah, I think they've gotten to a good spot now, but the bomb hasn't actually made it to the site.
Oh.
This kill could make the difference. Farley with a quick up flick. And now suddenly Masuda in the 1v2, but he gets the first frag and the second as well. My goodness.
There it is, second round's in the bag. Well, very nice start from ZywOo, and a solid finish for Vitality, who've come out with their own brand of honey. Right now, I see Vitality out here sending people hoodies and shoes and stuff. Got to know.
James is basically naked.
If it comes to watches, yeah, I'm the king of watches in esports. If it comes to boats.
King of boats too?
I'm not sure. I don't know. Okay. There's people who probably own boats, but
I thought you were gonna be like.
There's a lot of things where I'm that guy, right? Honey,
yeah. Sextons.
I am absolutely sextants. Honey, I'm the undisputed overlord of honey in esports. I get the finest honey and
you're like that guy
distribute it to those who are worthy. Maybe one day you will be.
You're like the guy who flips to like the 700th page of the Guinness Book of World Records to look for the category with the least competition.
I'm out there in the farms in France. I'm meeting the beekeepers. I'm getting that mountain honey, that high altitude flower honey.
Go to Honey Family one day.
I want to try this Vitality honey. Where's my care package? Look after Bardolph.
Oh, this looks pretty sweet. What a great flash. ZywOo says, the hell with it. I'm going to stay here and fight longer. To the point that now the A site can be crushed. We've got a long split coming up here. This AG should do some work.
Absolutely will. Farley left with 22 HP. Got to be real careful about that bomb falling over. Do you remember the update where when a player carrying the bomb was killed, the bomb would fall forward, or like bounce?
It should go in the direction that you're facing, or running, sorry. It always goes forward.
Yeah, it goes the way you're facing. Yeah, it's rudimentary.
That ain't physics.
There's a chance for Bunflesh Phoenix here. A little worse now that Stico doesn't quite have the angle. The MP9, the range rather. And perhaps the angle as well. We can see them trying to bait the peak. Oh, there's a nice 1D, but an instant trade from Masuta. Great choice of the M9 fade as well.
You know, that's the moment where, okay, if the spacing is bad, the shot is so nice that he might be able to get away if their spacing was any worse there for Vitality, but it was very crisp with the double peek. As soon as Stico got the info on the bomb, they were there ready to both peek him at the same time.
Oh, Farley with these headshots for the scout.
Dude, yesterday he was missing so many easy shots, but you know Farley can be like world class sometimes. Some games.
Yeah. That's the good thing about like deathmatch is prior to your matches, if you start with a bit derpy at the beginning of the day, get the derp out on the deathmatch servers, and then come into the game sharp as he looks to have done. 6-4-3 is Farley at present.
It's always fun to see how teams and players get better as a tournament goes on. Like everyone looks a lot more comfortable. And I think that's mostly good for Vitality because you know, the expectations are obviously going to be a bit higher for them. And it was about time Kyojin started putting up stronger maps. I think the last time they played DUST2, he really saved the game.
Swing from Zaiwu and manages to escape untouched as well. I love the patience from Farley there, even though he lost the duel, because he's really looking for those headshots. FPX getting drilled on another force buy. Two-man spray down from Zen, keeps it with a chance. He's the bomb carrier. You can see Stico looking for a push in the smoke again. FPX trying to play against the information they're offering their opponent.
This is interesting. They should know the exact setup because of Zaiwu and Kyojin left alive. Kyojin, of course, hard anchoring here. And they spot the MP9. This is a weird situation because they call the rotation, you know, from Kyojin out a little bit. And they haven't yet made a decision, but they should know there's only one B, and they should have known this already. I think they've given the CTs an advantage here by taking too long to choose. Zaiwu coming to get some information back.
Oh, well, he knows what the climate is as far as A is concerned.
This is smart from Masuda playing the side of Big Box. Oh, but he ends up dying.
Oh, the Galil curse! Gotta practice it in deathmatch. Smoke towards CT, could land just in time. Stico with a grenade, but Kyojin can't quite land that final shot. And into the site he goes. Pay attention, people at home. Stico's fallen back to the bomb site to play a 2 versus 1. Made it as hard as possible for Vitality to get the kill without being traded as opposed to standing there on his own.
I take it all back. What a great round. I thought that Masuda was on the, like, you know, right in front of the tunnels, just protecting himself from anyone coming out a window, but he did die. I'm not sure if he peeked in the window and got headshotted there, but we had Zaiwu on the big flank as well coming back for Cat. I thought, okay, interesting spot for FPX to get a lot of info. It's 2v5. They get that spray down out mid. But then they take too long to make a decision. At least I thought. Zaiwu comes back for Cat when it was really open for a while. But that just helps him get the kill early. Don't even have to get to a post plant. Oh, I see. Masuda was on this side of Big Box towards middle without anybody there spotting.
Yeah, I guess the issue is that Kyojin was at car and he was looking long and in CT spawn, but he didn't look into CT spawn when...
Oh, he missed the timing.
Yeah, exactly. When they cross again! Farley saying hello. The force buys continue and this won't bode well for Vitality unless they can find a winning round once again. Great support there. Stico racking up the kills now, 9 for 2. ME starting quiet. It was very explosive yesterday. But it will be eco territory for Vitality. Shocks with a Desert Eagle. Oh, that one's not bad.
Yeah, what is that? I haven't seen that before.
Is that from the Snakebite case?
It must be new, right?
Trigger discipline. I like that. It says trigger discipline on the side. Very, very good. Something we mentioned in our profession.
I think Zip will give Farley his gloves and knife. Number one, my suspicion is because he's Danish, and all Danish people know each other. And number two, he gave me the exact same gloves and knife as well.
He's a bit of a slut zipple. He's given. You've got my former AK and my former knife.
I'm keeping it too
from him.
I love that AK.
It's very nice.
It's my favorite one so far.
It is beautiful. It's the ones with the dolphins on. I call it the fish gun because it triggers people.
Wait, what dolphins?
They're not fish.
On the
aquamarine?
On the pattern? Oh, is there dolphins on that?
Oh
I mean, I didn't. I'm just not very observant. I'm sorry.
Clearly not.
But I'm keeping the AK.
It's a meaty HE grenade. On this approach by the T's, one of the important things to take care of is the short plant position. You see those boxes, you can see the Molotov that was thrown by Fun Plus Phoenix. You can have a lot of damage sent your way from one play there over Deagle or something, so you've always got to pay attention to that, be it HE's bouncing off the wall or Molotovs.
I like the insinuation from the desk that this was almost a misplay in the veto because between Overpass and DUST2. So it seems like FPX knew that Vitality picked DUST2 if they left it open, but that would be a good choice for them because Vitality's strong on DUST2. But FPX maybe came with a bit of a game plan. Oh, it's the guy in front.
How's that not a headshot?
Gotta give it to him.
Man.
Unlucky.
Sorry, you were saying?
Can't remember.
Oh boy, this is going to be a meaty one. Maiden's in a lot of trouble. Thank you for playing. 5-2, 2 AWPs continue for Vitality, 473 HP, and the road forward will be a difficult one. Made even worse by Zaiwu. Yes, he's blind, but the timing is such that Stiko said 5 versus 2.
Yeah. It's just not easy these days. Sometimes your flash can just push mouse 1 for them. If you didn't flash, they wouldn't have shot.
Well, this will be an expensive one for FPX. But again, I think at this point, the focus can start with some frags and maybe escalate to a potential clutch of a round. 2 versus 5. Quick look from Masuta and they'll reposition together. Shox is going to give Farley a nasty surprise. Nice to see Shox delivering as well. Man, we've always wanted more from in recent years.
Yeah, all kinds of crazy frags. It is nuts though that it always seemed to me that Shox, because he was the most complete player in France, he would be the best IGL as well if they needed it. But it ends up being Apex actually definitely the best IGL overall in terms of how good the team got, the results. And it seems like maybe there's, the inference that there's some emotional stability with him, that he gets, flies off the handle a bit too much or something like that. But this stuff we don't really know about. And from what we've seen, his results and the team have been very good. Oh my God, he didn't even fully see Farley. Just a bit of the shoulder pad, and he took a shot through the wall.
Family man, Shox. Currently 5 for 6 on the catch-up. 4 AWPs on the server.
It's like DMG matchmaking. Everyone just sitting in spawn buying guns, opping mid.
Zaiwu waits. 1 minute 10 on the clock. Now he could look around the side of this smoke grenade. Doesn't want to go too deep though. Oh, saw a silhouette. Not sure how that doesn't connect, but he will deliver a kill to Maiden and fall back towards the boxes. Has some safety now. That is a great incendiary from him. Compromises where FPX can stand, but he's unable to fall back. Apex now playing around the smoke grenades, then with multiple targets. Masuta will explode him. Emi faking the plant. Stiko holding angles in the meantime. Down goes the planter. 40 seconds now for Stiko. 14 HP, 1 versus 3.
Oh, that was so nice from Apex. As soon as Stiko shot and he knew there was only 2 up, he knew where the other guy was. He said, I can literally run onto the site, onto this angle, exposed completely to Cat, but you can't stop me. I know you're up as on cycle. And that's 2 ops down on the round in the round 1 from Vitality. And I think Zaiwu almost fluffs it here because he's actually in a fine spot. They go for the molly that lands half on the site, half on the ramp, but it doesn't molly out default. So maybe he preemptively wanted to move because he was spotted and he thought a second molly would come. But at that moment, he didn't need to leave and died.
Shox loving his Crimson Web.
Always has. What, the M9? Does he have it?
That's one of the best knives in the game.
It is easily.
Undisputed.
The only undisputed.
It was the king for years.
It's like tea with honey. Yeah.
Exactly.
The only problem is is that you have to spend like 5 extra grand just to make sure there's like 3 less scratches.
Yep.
Wow, he's pre-flashing the. They smoke all the way in the tunnel.
Oh, here is the warning. Masuta with 2-man spray down. B tunnel's so good to punish. Emmy, how on earth has he got here? Well, he was here. He's history now. Shox continues with the AWP. Here comes the cavalry. We've got support grenades coming through, and Apex will put Farley out of his misery as Vitality move to 5.
Never fun to run through a deep smoke and die that way. They tried to kind of flash just the end of the tunnel in case someone was out there peeking, but Masuda's got a huge advantage with a big box, and he eats the flash after he gets the first kill, so he's totally okay the whole time with extra support in the site with an op as well. It's just not the right site to go to, but it isn't a full buy, so it's not a big deal there for FPX. This actually, wait, did they invest there? Or is it a double? Oh, maybe they did invest, actually. I don't know if it was a half buy. They've got some money left over, but this is also a save, of course.
See if Farley can land any more headshots. Oh, actually, Zen's got the scout for now. I feel like give it to Farley.
You think he uses Headspace app? Does meditation?
Which one?
Or is Zen
Farley?
just like his last name or something?
I reckon he stands under the waterfall,
Yeah.
That type of guy.
Oh
my
God.
days. Okay, more than one with the scout now. Oh, we got problems on the A bomb site. Apex trying to shut down the lemming push.
Oh.
All right, then. The exchange continues. There is a very good chance of a bomb plant here, but they've got to get on it quickly because the cavalry is coming. Maiden now hasn't made it to the site just yet. He's going to be in some trouble. Question of damage rather than bomb plants at this point with 2 CTs on the site, and down he goes. 3 kills in that eco round is very, very fruitful for FPX.
And they deny the bomb plant. The buy is coming anyways, but at least they stopped the money slightly. So maybe there are going to be more saves on the horizon here. Not much action in this map towards long. Kyojin has been chilling in pit. There haven't been too many long takes. There hasn't been late long hits almost at all. And I wonder why that is. If FPX, because Kyojin's more of an unknown quantity, if they want to go here or not, well, okay. Now they'll attempt to get out. They get out quick. Maybe they were just missing spawns the entire time. Hard to say. Apex dies off Cat trying to push aggressively after long control is taken, assuming there might be 5. But we got Matic coming down suicide, only to get refragged here from Zywoo. Open lines down mid.
Shox creeping around the smoke. He may reposition to the site before that smoke dissipates. Angle's being held by Farley already. We've got a creep from Emmy as well. Shox is able to fall back. Promising HE grenade.
Oh, if he swings, he's cooked. But the bomb is all the way back there on flat. Oh, the boost comes out from Stiko. A little bit of ingenuity here and a great spray from Kyojin, normally found in pit. This time playing more of a rotator role. Farley will take his talents back towards middle. I don't know if he's here to duel in the spawn or if he's going to crouch walk under this. But they've already beat him to the other site.
Oh, does Masuta push through? He knows he'll have better timing, so he can just get an off angle for free.
Oof.
It would be exceptional for Farley to get past this. He starts to walk, though, with 27 seconds left on the clock. It could be the no-scope. The lineup's perfect! Goes for the quick scope, but that might be 2 clicks too much. 1 click too much. Just 1 click is the shot.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of saw him dying there. I was like, he might get incidentally cleared. Just because it doesn't really cost Farley anything to look that direction.
Yeah.
But
you can see the barrel placement from Farley's important as well, not to concede his position too early.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good point. Wow, 7 rounds here for Vitality. Some good mid-rounding. I think Masuda looks very sharp today. Specifically 13 and 6 right now. And I feel like Vitality really haven't been pushed to their limits yet. But even 7-4, there have been some good rounds from FPX, definitely. Apex smells something.
A quick hello with a pistol. There we go. Opening kill onto Emmy. In the meantime, Apex moves deep towards shot. The flash is there, but look at the rifle support. Always important. And, oh, Shock's a little strafe before he takes the shot, and now it's target practice for him. And he's got Zaiwu here as well. Things go from bad to worse. Lovely flick for that second last kill. Saw a touch of Farley. Knows he's picked something up. Apex on an investigation, and it might get expensive again. But double peak is ready for Vitality, and Vitality being the name of the day. Word of the day. Vitality now with 6 rounds in a row. They keep the numbers up in that round, which is good.
I think there was a bit of confusion here to get Emmy opt because they threw those nades to be able to cross, I think, the big box to throw the mid-B smoke, and then Emmy wasn't there, so maybe the wrong guy didn't buy a smoke or didn't have one. Remember that clip of Freakazoid, or no, it's not Freakazoid, Sean Gares yelling at Rix for not buying
Yes!
smoke? Buy a fucking smoke, Ronnie! It happens in games. We don't get to see it.
That's every game for me, every round.
You know what? In a lot of pro matches too, people buy the wrong nades, they get in the wrong spots, and everyone's tilted. If you don't have the nades, your IGL gets tilted, everyone else gets tilted, so.
Dude, I could tell you some hilarious stories about things I've seen from people's team practices.
I've got all day after this round.
Standard stuff so far from Fun Plus Phoenix. Short has been taken. Pretty much default territory. Double ramp play. This is interesting. Got Zaiwu on the A-bomb site with no flashbangs. Normally you'd want your sniper to throw some flashes for the ramp guy. But it looks like there'll be a suggestion of a play towards B. And for this, Vitality will be somewhat out of position. How about this setup?
Uh-oh.
Masuta on an island, deleted. Now Shox has a lot to do. He is being surrounded. Flashbang is enough to take him off the angle, and the B-bomb site has been taken. I'm not sure if there's much for Vitality to do here.
Could call it unlucky timing a little bit, but you know, anything past that moment where Shox was looking through the door was too late. Masuta's going to get hard cleared. They are very committed to checking that angle, and it's not like he's been playing there every round. I don't think he has been before, but that position can just get spotted. So very nice from Farley. You know, good awareness, and then the flash was perfect on Shox. It was an after image flash. It went so high that it covered a lot of angles, but it didn't last that long. But the spacing was so perfect out the door that it was just enough to display Shox's aim.
So there was a team which will remain anonymous.
Anonymo?
No. And I was watching them do a scrim, and their IGL asked a player to throw a certain grenade, and then the player responded that he wasn't sure if he could do it because he changed his resolution. And I just thought, like, is this what the IGLs have got to go through? Like, how on earth does anything happen?
That's such a CSGO moment.
Yeah, that's hilarious to me.
Would it be harder? I mean, you could miss, I guess, but it'd be the same spot that you aim.
It depends if you're aiming at the crosshair, though, or like something else, like the grenade itself.
Oh yeah, your gloves or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Loads of those.
Connector smoke, maybe? Top connector.
Yeah, Mirage.
Yeah. Oh.
Vitality with 8 rounds on the CT side is a pretty damn good start. Fun Plus Phoenix are certainly on the back foot in this scenario. I think the CT side is going to be very difficult for them, and they'll be asked for a lot, rather, on their CT side. So if they can get 7 rounds, that would be fantastic. Because these Zaiwu abusing the angles of the smoke here. Man. Again, in this scenario, the person closer to the smoke is at a disadvantage, so he will abuse the edges. Just give a warning shot to FPX.
Yep. It's not been a fun time for Arizona-based Bouncy Castle Company, Fun Plus Phoenix.
Bouncy Castle Company.
I always thought when I looked
I
at
have
their name.
I have a stat about Bouncy Castles,
Okay.
actually.
Can't wait to hear that. Right after this round. Push gets shut down on long. Zaiwu sees more players. They have the op cone fire here from both sides. It's not going to be easy to cross. They've got the spotlights working together.
Oh my God.
Just punish this cat presence.
Deer in headlights.
Jeez.
Vitality just lamping in round 14. Stico finds himself in a 1 versus 4. Well, he's got a long ways to go and not much time to do it. So it'll be holding the AK for the last round, I suppose.
That's,
That was glorious, Phil.
that's brutal, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 ops, like 1 on the corner, 1 on the site. It's really strong, but, you know, how are you supposed to read that? And what do you do? What do you even do in that spot? What's the fact?
Oh, right. So there was a guy, I watched this documentary about people in London who like became terrorists, right? They went to like the Middle East and stuff. And there was this one guy who was I think he was from, I forget where he was from, but he was a bouncy castle salesman. And I'm thinking, I can see why he became a terrorist.
What's the fact?
What are the career prospects? That's the fact. That's the whole thing.
That's not a fact.
Yeah, I'm like, if bouncy castle salesman is the play, I can see why you might be a bit disillusioned with life.
Wait, I mean, you know.
How do you even tell that? Like, go through the phone book? I don't know. Fun plus Phoenix are 4 versus 5 in this final round of the first half, and indeed, they are going to have such a task ahead of them once they move to the second. You can see Shox knows his angles real well, catches Farley off guard as well, and they just keep coming up. I think it's done a good job. There'll be support flashbangs surely for a CT swing. There's the pop, there's the swing. Spots both of them, still down at long. There may be more from Vitality. They just got more men on road.
So much room for the ops. There's more and more just peeking over and over again. And this, you know, wow. Looking like some very nice tracking, but it wasn't quick enough. And the round is kind of recoverable here with the op in play. Yeah, in fact, we'll get the kill into CT spawn from Stico. And the only issue now is that it's the bomb that hasn't made it across the plat. They'll need the eliminations, but Masuda will make a case for the eliminations. He's got the first one. And now, fortunately for Fun Plus Phoenix, the player with the bomb was not the one on site, so Vitality are a bit paranoid that some rotation has occurred that happened right underneath their nose. But now it'll be Stico, sets himself up for the 1v2. Realizes he has a bit of respect here from the other team, but Apex comes up quick. Shot comes in from Stico, and he'll hear the dink, but it's for a very few damage. And Masuda will win another clutch round.
Indeed, he will. So Vitality find 10 rounds on the CT side. That is amazing, actually, in my opinion. I think Fun Plus Phoenix are going to have a hell of a lot of work ahead of them once they move to the CT side. That comes after the break.
Coming up after the break.
Vitality
Vitality
versus FPX.
FPX.
Vitality move into the T side with 10 rounds on the board. A fantastic situation.
You sound like a golf commentator for a second.
Is that good?
I guess. I mean, it was relaxing.
Well, in the buy time, it can be relaxing, but after that, the tension has to rise. We saw a great effort from Stiko with the P250 on the T side for FPX. Now on a CT side, and there's Shox, who had a P250, but he is in the history books now. Maiden really abusing the range for the most part. That is a great response. FPX need this pistol. They need the lion's share of these rounds, man. I feel like, I mean, it's 5 rounds, but I feel like they're so far behind versus Vitality, so this is essential for them, and it's going well so far.
Yeah, by the way you said it, like, it's more than just winning the rounds for the numbers. It's for the confidence. It's because of how dominant that Vitality were in that first half. They need this just to get some optimism back, I think, because it feels like they've lost the game already, even though that's not necessarily true. And this is a very good round so far. You know, even Masuda getting a kill makes no difference. It's just great. We've got a player who can upgrade to head armor, you know, for $300. That's huge. And they're still within 4. We can see what the CD side has to offer. And you could have a situation where FPX, it's not an amazing map to go to, knowing Vitality would pick it, but since they knew, they might have prepared specifically for the T side, they might have prepared specifically for the CT side. Maybe we see some tactics here that is going to work versus Vitality specifically. But everybody came to play today. Lots of confidence here from both sides. You know, particularly impressive game, I think, from Stiko again. I think he's had a wonderful tournament so far. But on the other side, Masuda, who was non-existent in their first match, is the top performer right now.
Ooh, the palm tree flash.
So tricky.
If you left and right click and move backwards slightly when you throw this flashbang, it goes off behind the palm tree, but the palm tree isn't solid.
It doesn't exist.
So the Ts don't see it coming, and they get blasted in the face. It's really, really awesome. Alex taught me that one. When he would be streaming demo reviews and so on, there'd be so many tidbits that he would drop.
Maui?
No, Alex, formerly of Cloud9 and Vitality.
Oh, all caps Alex.
Yeah, all caps Alex. I've learned nothing from Maui Snake.
That's an unnecessary comment, James.
I'm full of unnecessary comments.
Yeah, that's true. It's because you haven't watched Maui's demo reviews. Also good.
Yeah, I haven't. I was more talking about playing Counter-Strike with him. Although we do heavily rely on him clutching. I'll give him that. I'm just trolling. 25 seconds. Vitality now looking to target the B bomb site, and there are no angles to be held from the A players. That is a nice opening kill, and that leaves Stiko in a lot of trouble, but he's put out of his misery quickly. This is the round over.
Damn, dude.
This is the round over.
Yeah, go save.
My God.
2 bullets were fired this round. That was ruthless. Okay, this will be the 3rd shot of the round. Okay, it's Madden to shoot first. Surviving with these guns is everything because majority alive. You know, FPX are going to buy next round, so this dramatically changes what they can or cannot buy depending on if they save 3 or 2. And Vitality know that, and they have the opportunity. They've got some bloodlust. They should go for this. And these a flash tactic to kill one of the remaining players on FPX.
Beautiful.
And yeah, it's going to have a really big impact now. Look at the money here for FPX. One of the guns down, and people only have between, you know, $1,400 and $1,500.
Yeah, off camera, Launders and I thought at halftime that this is very, very likely to be a 1-0 for Vitality. Just the way it's gone and how many rounds FPX need on the CT side. Such a difficult spot for them versus the likes of Vitality. But Farley's landed quite a few headshots, looking for something through the door. Won't land on this occasion.
That's a Stewie peek. You line it up and then shoot him through the door.
Yeah, the strafing speed with the Scout is so satisfying.
It feels like you're moving faster because you're zoomed in, too. You just feel like you're flying.
It's fun. It's fun in the right way. The jumping scout accuracy was fun in the wrong way.
I love that part too. On control here for Vitality as FPX will jostle for cat control. That's, you know, a tiny bit of compensation. This doesn't solve all your problems, but it is a nice start. They might also catch a lower rotator here. Shocks peeking out. The kind of CT spread across the screen. This is interesting because Emmy's actually getting off a big flank. Unfortunately, he only has a P250 to work with. But, you know, they seem to know that long is being taken from the T's. And this info alone can slow things down. And also get the T set up in position, buy some time for Emmy, and increase their odds of flipping this round back on its head.
There's that molly, which is probably supposed to go
Oh, God.
the short plants. But we can see Zed is still in position. 25 seconds on the clock, and this could escalate very quickly. And indeed it will. All the kills going the way of Fun Plus Phoenix. Shots now. May just want to hold on to this FAMAS, but
Wow.
kind of put himself in an island and then died.
Something weird there where the second smoke didn't come out for Vitality on the cross. So I don't know if someone missed it or if it was mollied. I don't think so. Maybe it was. I'm not sure. But that gave a gap, which allowed the FPX to get more comfortable. But FPX overall, it was really fantastic. The perfect just throw the empty flash towards long to make sure they don't cross fast enough. Then get really comfy with the MP9 into the site. Get all the rotations over. Emmy to lock in with the big flank. They had a lot of outs, even though they didn't have a lot of guns.
FPX ready to defend long. Deep in injuries.
It's cold here, James. Activating your asthma.
It is indeed, yeah. My asthma's a bit crazy out in LA. Pollution and cold temperatures. Vitality now with the Hero AK on Apex. They have one flash and one smoke. Both in the hands of Shocks, who's top mid. Looking to show some presence in that mid position. Oh, this HE could be a chunky boy. Zen needs to hold things down. Indeed, he will do. There is an assist from the grenade kill from Stiko. That leaves Shocks alone now with a Desert Eagle. Like seeing Shocks with a pistol, prefer to see him with a rifle.
What got Vitality through their other match, I think a much harder match, was the fact that Kyojin was actually getting a ton of key entries on T-side DUST2 last time. He was looking like his frag movies, really, really sharp. So looking forward to this next round, I'm thinking that's what I'm going to be looking for the most. Is he feeling comfortable or not? Because at this event, it also was the very first time that Kyojin had a positive KD. That doesn't necessarily mean he is the first time he had a good match, but even by watching the match, you could see he was playing a lot better, a lot more comfortable. So now the game is a lot closer. We're going to move forward in this T side. There's still no money to buy. FPX, in very dignified fashion, still back around where they had an MP9, a P250, a couple other SMGs. And now we're in a power position. And have converted almost 5 of their guns to AKs, which just means that it's kind of like a major sign of opulence if you've converted your guns to AKs, because it means you haven't died in a couple of rounds, and you can look over and see that people have built up a bit of a bank now.
Opulence is a great word. Word of the day is opulence. Well, it's a nice pair of rounds from Fun Plus Phoenix. 5 men alive. They've got a full buy in the bank. So they have stabilized their situation for now, but the bigger guns are coming through for Vitality, looking for their second round in the second half. Deficit reduced to 2 for Fun Plus Phoenix. It is a long road they have ahead of them.
Maybe they're comfortable to be here on CT side. I think we'll find out now, kind of, if that's going to be the case or not. Of course, one concession in the Galil for Apex, but that's just fine. He did that specifically to buy grenades, and I think in 2021 CS, nades are everything. Stiko's got a really tight angle here from the back of the big box. He doesn't have any other support right now, so he'll try to have to frag. I mean, can't get that kill, which means now the site has been compromised. The T's can get very, very comfortable here. The nades come in and they do a good bit of residual damage, but it's unconfirmed, so FPX won't know.
They have 2 incendiaries for the retake.
This is kind of, yeah, they've got a fast rotation in through upper tunnels.
Oh, Zywoo is taking matters into his own hands here. Maiden is dropped, and Zywoo's ready for the second. So they can get Molly under the window, Molly towards the car. They'll go for big box in the back instead. Despite Zywoo's position up close. Popped in the side of the head from Emmy. That's a huge save, but they need a little more. Farley moving forward. Again, under the window, we see one of these Ts. Apex will fall to the flames, but the round will fall for FPX. It's in the hands of Vitality as they move to 12.
The Emmy frag through the smoke through the door into the back of Zywoo's head almost made the difference on that retake, because that was the opt down. Big box player ended up dying too. But it ends in a 2v1 for Vitality. Stico needed to get one there. Unfortunately, that can be what it boils down to as a small side player on any map, just because usually the retakes are a lot harder. So going 1 for 1 and opens doors. And you know what? What's even more important than going 1 for 1 or getting 2 kills or whatever is just trying to delay as long as possible. Because the longer you delay, the closer your teammates get to be able to throw nades for you, to molly out positions, to keep everyone uncomfortable, and then that big flank suddenly doesn't take as long as it was supposed to. But this separates Vitality a little bit more from FPX. The one failure from Vitality in this half so far, I think, was trying to convert long control into a round win. And that's where I think FPX showed their strength. And I like this adjustment. It's kind of like, if you're winning a lot, it's a nice adjustment just to change things up. And if you're losing a lot, it's a nice adjustment to try to find strength in some other area with the second op.
Well, Shox have made its way towards blue with the full buy Lofton C, one incendiary towards blue to stop this position. And one more in the doors. We have a 3-man investment in long from Vitality. Farley holding angles towards the car. That's a big map control taken. Vitality are threatening to take short as well. FPX looking for maybe a retake of long because they haven't responded towards short whatsoever. Maybe that's what's expected of them. They may play against that. Kyojin elevated in his position. They're waiting for a response of some description. There'll be a smoke on shot from FPX, so maybe Vitality wonder more about long.
We see Zywoo really trying to hold on to this angle so often with the op, and it's just so powerful because of the smoke lineups that come here, and also you can't actually molly car unless you're here.
Oh, he's going to get 2. He's going to get 2. Oh my days! The setup, FPX were ready.
Uh-oh.
There's a standoff on long, and there's a man advantage for now. The flashbangs continue, though. Farley's in so much trouble. We've got a short push coming through as well, so the split is on for Vitality. Zen's in plenty of trouble. His teammates are rotating, but they don't have any flashes for him, and down Zen goes. High ground advantage for FPX as well as everything else. One cross is won by the car, and it gets even harder. They could go for a boost hit, but with the gap in the smoke, would they even risk it? Actually, Stico's making his way all the way towards long. Kyojin's looking for it, starting to creep. How patient will Stico be? Oh, there it is, 2 versus 2 now. AWP still in the hands of Zywoo. Short is a question mark. Emmy hasn't revealed his position just yet. Creeping now, but he's going to spot Apex. That's a huge headshot. Zywoo in the clutch. There's a smoke and a HE grenade. They're not exactly sure where he is. Emmy trying to identify this by jump peeking. The scope has been heard now. A swing and a miss, but the bomb is planted for Zywoo. A tag, but Emmy still alive now, 15 HP. They've got to get on this. Stico holding the angle. Zywoo trying to bait the shot. Going for the pre-fire as well. And there it is.
He knew exactly how much space he had to work with. He didn't want to go out any farther, just to show, how smart he is. And, almost hits that shot through the wall. But I think Kyojin makes a really clear mistake here in trying to take this fight. Of course, hindsight is 20/20 with Stico holding on to long control. But more than that, they didn't need long control there to defend in the post plant. With the A site that they had, it didn't really open anything up. But Kyojin could hold on to CT from his spot on car. There was a player there as well. And Stico's kind of a non-threat coming out long when they have flat control and there's no one actually on Cat, nor anyone else, and they have the numbers advantage. So I think leaving that post just kind of set things in motion for FPX and allowed for the retake. There were some great grenades there from Vitality to counteract the car control. But overall, it's a pretty high-level round from both sides. A really quick shot here from Stico to kick off the 23rd. It's actually a refrag after Kyojin dies. Flash to fall back. They're coming in fast behind him.
So many targets for Stico. Hold on a second. I'm just hearing all kinds of headshots. Emmy again with a 2K, making it doable for his team. Masuta trying to get an advantage, but Maiden's just creeping through the smoke. They weren't expected to be this close, or will they? Masuta goes down. Apex 1 versus 2. HG's being deployed, and now it's Farley versus Apex. Does he go through the smoke? He's holding the angle, and Apex looks ready. An exchange. both at half health, but Apex has the angle with the AK, but Farley's better on this occasion. An expensive round, but FPX keep it close, 11-12.
Yeah, an interesting, confidently taken duel there by Apex, but of course, Farley can play with him a lot. You could see how he was adjusting his elevation to make the headshot a little bit harder to predict, and Apex couldn't find it. So the round is recovered from FPX. I actually love this from Vitality coming in fast after Stiko is there with the AWP. Sometimes if an AWP is pushed up, then that tells you that another CT is very far away because, you know, naturally, why would you want to overstack a site that already has so much early information? So Vitality had an opportunity there. They followed up very quickly, but Emmy really got these 2 important kills on the entries. And he's not somebody who I think of as a high-fragging IGL, but certainly someone who I think of as just a very smart player overall.
He gets a lot of impact frags, I feel like.
Yeah.
He gets really important kills on a regular basis.
Yeah. I think he is definitely underrated.
For sure. I think it's kind of a curse because of his previous roles within organizations that it's going to be hard for him to get the respect he deserves. But we can see it, and we can call it out. Pistols are out for Vitality. There's a smoke for the B doors from mid, and we'll see if Stiko is able to defend on this occasion and switched out the AWP for an M4. Behind the smoke he goes. He can actually jump up on the box here, but Apex has seen him. Now there's a rifle to be collected, and it goes from weird to bad for FPX. HE for the double stack, expecting the bomb plant to be there, but it is below the window. Flashbangs towards the car and got to go for it. Quick fish from Zen. Got some Super Mario Brothers. No Molotovs here for the retake from FPX. 2 to CT, and there's a HE for the big box as well, but here comes Shox, and this is a devastating round for Fun Plus Phoenix after all the hard work in the round prior to get destroyed like that by Vitality.
Yeah, I really feel for them for that exact reason that some of these rounds are just rambunctious from Vitality. They're trying to close the distance as much as possible. You know, Shox shows us exactly what that means coming out a window. They're keeping the chaos up every second of the round, and sometimes they're just straight up B hits. And of course, with French CS comes very strong B hits, very fast ones, and creating chaos is actually where they can thrive sometimes. So I'm not surprised that they're using these options, but I do feel for FPX that these are rounds where they have a numbers advantage, that sometimes they have a really, really strong push, and they are kind of expecting or prepared for these options, but still are eating the flashes, still are getting run down by these pistols, and losing a lot of space way too quickly. Because even if they delay a little bit, and B is definitely the problem area in this half, then the rotations coming in can be enough. Because FPX have already won some very hard retakes, even after losing entries at unexpected moments. Wow, no one crosses yet. That was very, very late. So I think Vitality actually hold off on going long because they don't see anybody crossing early on. Late cross comes out from the CT side. And even a Molly coming in here to long. Looking at the money, you wouldn't expect FPX in this kind of round to afford that many grenades, but they're making it feel like they have some.
Oh, that's some good damage. Emmy needs some help. There's no flashbangs to come his way. The fadeaway HG grenade, absolutely beautiful. That is
Iverson.
A swoosh if ever I saw one. Man advantage is retained for Fun Plus Phoenix, but their utility is almost completely gone. Zen has got the one flashbang, and that utility may be key later on. You can see Farley getting into position now. Having lost long, it seems they will aggress towards short. Maybe the flashbang will be part of this story. Indeed, it will be. Vitality holding position for now. They've got 3 smokes, 3 Molotovs, and 2 flashes. There are options available to them. You can see Stiko hiding in B with a Desert Eagle. But Vitality will be holding position towards A long for now.
Man, this is like a challenge almost for Vitality. An interesting one, because they have the utility to do it. They're missing a little bit of health on Apex, but they've got a strong, an AWP in this position can make a world of difference. I think they need to get the bomb to one of these riflers and let Zywoo do his thing from here. They can try to cross with him, but, you know, of course that means that he's going to have to plant, which means he can't cover a rifler. But FPX have been very, very strong in these spots. The only problem for them is they don't have a lot of nades.
Oh, that's a very important shot onto Apex. The crouch pick from Farley, forced forward by the Flames. That leaves Shox in the clutch. 10 seconds, 1 versus 4. Not much for him to do. I think the AWP may be a bit far away as well, so he'll be reduced to the AK and maybe even less. Gets a little sound cue, and Stiko won't be able to take his gun away. But Fun Plus Phoenix are keeping this close. They're winning really important rounds when they are on the brink of destruction.
This was the same thing that happened yesterday versus NIP. It's like some of the in the game, it looked like they were almost a better team, but sometimes they were beating themselves with the rounds they were losing. Like if they hadn't lost 2 rounds to Tech9s in the B side already, would they be in the power position in this match? Maybe looking at match point.
Timeout from FPX to wait until
To talk
the
about
last
things.
second.
Let's talk about this. I personally think they just need to prenate a little bit more on the B side and stop worrying about getting upper tunnels control first of all, because these rounds will be a lot easier if they can maintain some distance from the pistols. If there's going to be any kind of rush, and of course there is a buy here, but it's going to be mixed, and we know Vitality have favored going towards B. If I'm Apex, I'm probably thinking of something that ends mid-B or upper tunnels because it's been so hard to stop. And also they know that FPX are probably going to be a bit scared about pushing tunnels. So I'd be worried right now if FPX to have an op in this round and to do anything but have a 2-1-2 setup and really focus down on mid control. So that, of course, pushes the gamble to, Vitality thinking, all right, 2-1, he's a long spawn. They've got a really heavy B lean right now. But I think no matter what happens, I'm thinking about ending B if I'm Vitality. And they have a lot of utility as well to sell fakes if they want to.
So people will like to post up for the big box peek flashbang, and he will announce his position.
Yeah. It was too tempting. It felt like a peek was coming.
Yeah.
This is 4 players out, so they were going to follow up. They were going to follow up on this entry and hit B if there was a chance for ZywOo to take that kill. So FPX win the early round, and this, I think, increases their odds dramatically because it's been these crazy rambunctious B pushes that have thrown things out of order. And FPX smartly come back to reclaim long control after the dust is settled. I think another very smart decision by them. And this is enormous for Matt. He's going to phase the smoke in long and then sit within the door. And this means his teammates can basically rotate freely off of this.
And they need to.
Yeah. And Vitality are moving slow enough that this is, really big info that's being used well here from FPX.
He continues, Maiden. He's got to be careful, though. There is time for Vitality to make a plan B if he gets picked off here. So get 1 kill and fall away. And that tells Vitality, we know what you're doing. And they've got to speed up now. Seiko needs to stay scoped in, go for some pot shots or something, because here comes the charge, here come the grenades. Repositioning now, forced away. He's got his teammate to help him. Nice one into the side of Masuta's head. Looking for the angles again. Zen dropping the bomb, but there's still a chance for ZywOo to clutch. There's no mollies to limit a bomb plant. 24 seconds on the clock. 2 of the 3 players for FPX close already. HE towards the car, but Shox has gone into the tunnels itself, leaving ZywOo in the clutch on the bomb site. He knows what's safe and what isn't. Scope will probably be heard. There isn't even a flashbang for them to entry here. How do they move into the site? You can see ZywOo now taking an angle towards double stack, and that may give them an entry. Shox, oh my god, that's absolutely terrifying. But it's down to ZywOo now. Misses the first shot, 1 versus 3, and Vitality may be running out of steam towards the end.
Man, it was almost the ZywOo effect there with the AWP. You thought he was going to even get more. Overall, a fantastic round from FPX from beginning to end.
It's got to the point where I always expect ZywOo to win, regardless of the situation.
Yeah, you got to. It almost feels like 40% chance of winning that round 1v3 every time, right? But yeah, this is a round that FPX needed completely. It feels like Vitality's odds in the early round are very high, but once FPX slow it down, their rotations are very smart. Madden made that key play towards long with his teammate. I mean, they're just making sensible moves. I'm starting to have a lot of faith in FPX. They've tied up the game. They've got Vitality, digging into the piggy bank for whatever they can afford, and it's pretty much just Eagles on this round. And you got to think now, where does the plan go for Vitality? Looking back on this half, there haven't been too many impressive rounds. It's been more like chaotic ones that have been winning them these T rounds.
If FPX can win DUST2, this series becomes very interesting indeed.
We're talking.
Very interesting. And if Vitality, imagine the psyche, if they can't win DUST2.
Yeah.
What is going on in their minds?
It was given to them in the veto as well. On a silver platter.
Ooh, Stico. Double peeking him.
Uh-oh.
Still re-aggressive though. Molotov will certainly help Zen try to hold control. That HE is going to be a chunky one. Shox trying to move in, trying to create some space, but it goes from bad to worse to terrible for Vitality. Bomb plant looking extremely unlikely now. Apex gets cut to pieces. What is there for Kyojin to do at this point?
I don't know what you would do in this situation, but from what I'm seeing with the amount of tunnels hits that are coming, I don't think this op is actually helping them in the site. I feel like, first of all, Stico's not hitting a ton of shots. He was doing way better in the first half. He had like 16 kills in the first half. And every time he, pops up for an op shot or dies, there's a chance that they get the op in the post plant, and that becomes a tool used against the CT side. It makes things way harder. So I feel like they could save money, not go for the second op and have a better chance, but he goes right back into it. So we'll see what the idea is, if they're going to try to push with it or hold back at K-Sharp like they were just now. But Vitality turn their talents towards long, and they take it over quickly. There's also no one here to fight. So immediately we see the scramble to get some map control back from FPX. And this is where, DUST2 becomes its most obvious. Most people understand exactly what the rotations are going to be from the CD side to T side. And the two players get boosted up on Cat. And basically, because long control is taken, they're going to be light towards Cat. It's going to be easy to take control of. And now they set up. And here's Zaiwu's job is to create some pressure on this Cat push.
Oh, they have a read of what might be happening here. They're looking for him. That's absolutely beautiful. FPX seems to have an idea of the exact play from Vitality, and Farley is here holding angles, and down go Vitality. FPX charging towards game point here. Masuta and Apex, so much to do there. Blind. My God, what is happening right now? That's a shocker for Vitality.
They're just a better team right now. That was just beautiful.
Hold on a second, though. Apex has a flank. No one is watching this smoke, and there are 3 players. Actually, Farley is watching it. Zen keeping an eye on the gap, but they're looking away once more. Oh my God, they've been traded places. He'll get a transfer, but not the first kill. Masuta, 1 versus 3. How long have FPX had this in their pocket for? The trade is here. 2 players survive. Game point, FPX. What just happened, London?
That was just perfect, because most people will go over, take over cat control, and then chill there. But instead, FPX say, we know you're full long, all right? Not only do we know you're full long, you might be trying to set us up for something slow, put some pressure on our cat players. We're not going to let that happen. We're going to put pressure on your mid players, because we're the ones with majority here. And they had 2 players with a flash and 1 at the mid doors, and decided to create that attack on the light part of the map for Vitality, knowing that long control was for sure. Now we move into what could be the last round of the game, round 29 here. A lot of confidence here for FPX. Fast cat play up for Vitality. Long control's been taken as well. The double nades come in. Oh my God, almost 300 damage.
Call of Duty. We got kill streaks in this bitch.
Is this how it all ends?
Oh, this is poetry.
They're gonna wait for a flash from Madden. As the smoke fades, pushing through, Madden comes with the phase. Perfect.
Oh my God, they've been absolutely deleted. There's no trace of them. The history books will not show Vitality on DUST2 in this. My God, these last rounds from FPX are amazing. They are endearing rounds. These are rounds to build a fan base with.
Wow.
My God, that is awesome. And again, we spoke about name value and so on and taking them for granted. FPX showing that they're beasts. We got a nice tap from Masuta, but he needs 4 more. And he's got less than a minute to do it. Well, there's a second one. FPX needs to be careful now. Let's not make this easy. There's 2 1v1s being given to Masuta. And me and Farley will line up together, trying to use the gap, and there it is.
Wow.
FPX taking DUST2 by force. Vitality will be left wondering what on earth just happened in those last rounds.
Take man Twix by force.
Exactly.
That was just nasty. I mean, there's so many great rounds. That's like a demo. That's a demo review right there.
Do it.
Yeah, that was so nice. Back-to-back tactics that work out beautifully. And it's a half. It's a half where it feels like Vitality were gonna win. It felt like they were gonna win. They were gonna get into B site. They were gonna take over, and it's still FunPlus Phoenix stayed strong.
That was awesome. Thoughts at the desk after the break.